What's the story, Morning Glory? What's the word, Hummingbird? Thank you so much for clicking on my channel and for joining me for this review of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part two. This reunion part two was a complete dud for me. It wasn't very interesting, so hopefully I can get through it really fast. Anyways, Marlo is still talking about her upbringing, her very traumatic childhood. Marlo says that there was a break-in attempt. Here we go again with another break-in on a Housewives franchise. Real Housewives of Atlanta had one and a half. Okay, they had Marlo, where these guys were approaching her front door, but she scared them away. And then we had Candy. She also had a scare with some strange person claiming that they were sent by Beyonce to come do something at her house. They got up to her gate. That was also very strange. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we had two break-ins. A couple of years ago, Kyle's house got broken into. A bunch of her bags were stolen. This year we had Dorit. Her house was broken into with her and her kids in it. And they had some stuff stolen. So as much as you would think that these women are living in very exclusive, gated, double gated, triple gated, security guard, high tech surveillance cameras, you would think that the way that they're living, that there would be absolutely no way for people to actually approach their houses. So they're either inside jobs, they're being set up, or these break-ins are fake. And if these break-ins are real, y'all might as well just go move to the hood and save a whole bunch of money and go live in the hood as much as y'all are being broken into, because this is the kind of stuff that people in regular income houses or lower income neighborhoods suffer with. Not people. That's the whole point of you being wealthy and being able to live in neighborhoods where you can feel so secure and so safe. You don't have to worry about a break-in. What the hell is going on? Anyways, maybe Andy's doing it. So then they talk about her. Oh, Kenya had said that when Marlo got broken into, she didn't want to share information with the group to help everybody else, stay safe. But instead, she was giving a lot of information to at these, in interviews. Then they talk about Marlo's nephews. She admits that she should not have used the word kicked out when she referred to kicking out her nephews, that she should have used the word reset. She had to reset herself. Andy questions why did she put her nephew through something that she herself had gone through as a child, and that what she considered was traumatic. She talked about being put out of her foster homes, being moved around a bunch when she was a child. So why did she do that to her nephews? And she said that she didn't go to parenting classes. She didn't go to foster parent class. She didn't know, she doesn't have a manual on how to raise children. She was just going by instinct. And so she probably made a whole bunch of mistakes along the way, but she was doing the best that she could with what she knew how to work with. So that was her excuse. Yeah, we didn't go through that. Those of us who actually have our own children, yeah, we didn't go through parenting classes and whatever classes. I didn't read any damn books. I went by instinct, and my instinct would have wanted me to keep my children close to me and in my home. So then she talks about she hasn't heard from her sister, I guess, ever since the last time that we saw her talk to her sister. And Kenya called BS on everything that Marlo said. She called complete BS. She didn't believe a damn thing that Marlo was saying. Kenya said that the stories that she presents and the things that she's saying do not match her actions. So then they go into a Kenya segment. Really didn't care about the Kenya segment. Nothing much going on there. Kenya really didn't give us much during the season, except, constantly whining about her husband and the damn divorce. So let's move on to Sonia. Sonia said that it was harder being a housewife than it was being an Olympian. Can you believe that? She says at least with an Olympian, she knew what the goal was. She knew what the plan was. She knew what she had to do. With this whole housewife thing, you kind of have to kind of navigate your way through it, kind of figure things out as you go along. Don't really know who to trust. Don't really know what's going on half the time, etc. She's okay with having a baby with her husband. She says the whole issue with her and her husband and this damn baby situation was that she wanted her husband to be more hands-on with the baby because I guess he wasn't that hands-on with her first child. So she says that as long as he's going to be on board and hands-on and helping me out, I'd have 25 more babies with the man. But I just need him to be more active and more involved. He said he was going to be. She trusts him, so we'll see how that works out. They talk about Drew's archaic comment went to Sonya. So there was that scene during the season where Sonya had talked to Drew, had confided in Drew that, my husband really wants to have this baby. I'm not really crazy about having a baby right now. And Drew's advice was still do it. Do it because your husband wants a baby. It's your job. It's your duty to give him a baby. And so they questioned Drew about that. Like, how could you say something so like archaic and, so misogynistic that a woman's, her duty, her obligation, her responsibility is to, drop out babies on demand if that's what her husband wants, with no consideration with what the woman wants. Drew starts backpedaling, talking about, well, that's not what I meant. What I had said was, you have to be on the same page. No, girl, that's not what you said. You said if your man wants a baby, give him a damn baby. To hell with what you think, to hell with what you want, to hell with what you feel. If that's what your man wants, you're like a baby papa machine for your man. That's exactly what you said, Drew. Marlo and Kenya go at it. They argue back and forth. The hatred between these two women is so deep. And of course, a lot of people say, oh, it's because they're so much alike. They have very similar backgrounds. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's jealousy. I don't know. But that hate runs deep between these two women. I don't really see Kenya hating Marlo. I see Marlo really hating Kenya. The thing that Marlo had said, when were they in Africa when Marlo made that comment about her mom, saying that even, I can see why even your mom doesn't want you. I mean, to me, if it was me, and she has said that, I could never recover from that. I would think that is so below the belt. It's not even funny. I could never recover from someone saying that to me. I would not speak to that person ever, ever, ever again. Marlo is lucky that Kenya has given her so many chances, as many chances she has given her, because there's no way, because that is so below the belt. It was anyways, but these women I think are going to forever hate each other. They may be friends again, have that fake friendship, and then something's going to happen and it's going to derail them again. Just like in this season, they were doing good for a while until Marlo felt like Kenya lied about being sick, and that was the reason why she couldn't come to Sheree's your man done left you abandoned at the cafe party. Moving on, Anthony. So they talk about Anthony the assistant. So that topic comes up. Sheree said that Anthony was never her assistant, and the question came up, well, if he was never your assistant, how come on your phone you have him listed as Anthony parentheses assistant? And Sheree said, well, that doesn't mean he's my assistant. That means that that's what he does. He is an assistant, but not my assistant. Okay. Drew said that she had a recording of Anthony denying that he ever said that. She had a recording of Anthony denying that he ever said that Ralph was gay. So she played the recording. I have no idea what he said. I couldn't understand the recording. But according to Drew, this recording was Anthony himself denying that he ever called Ralph gay. So Sheree calls Anthony right there at the reunion. And she asked him, first of all, were you ever my assistant? Anthony said, no. In fact, you don't even owe me any money. Then why did you say she did? Why did you say she did? Am I in a time warp? Am I living in an alternate universe? I could have sworn in the very beginning, I think it was like the first episode, maybe the second, where Anthony was, I don't know whose house he was at. I think it was at Drew's house. Anthony told somebody that Sheree owed him money. Did that not happen? I thought we saw that with our own eyeballs, that he said on the show that Sheree doesn't pay her bills, doesn't pay her people or something, and that Sheree owed him money. Or did someone else say that? But I thought it was he himself that said that. And that he also had said that he was an assistant for Sheree, because I was like, how can you be assistant for both people like that? Like, how do you have the time to be running back and forth between Sheree and Drew? I don't know. See, now I don't know if this whole damn show is gaslighting me, making me feel like I'm crazy, but I could have sworn that Anthony himself had said Sheree owed him money when he was her assistant. I don't know. So Sheree asked him, were you ever my assistant? He said, no. In fact, you don't owe me any money. And he also said that he does not recall calling Ralph gay, and that he doesn't believe that Ralph is gay. And he said that Drew just needed a storyline to stay on the show. Okay, forget about that part. Let's talk about you calling Ralph gay. That was like a big part of the show. I thought when they were in New York, Someone had pulled up on their phone, like a live or a video or something of Ralph and someone else talking about Ralph being gay, like Ralph and another husband, or Ralph and someone else, that these men were gay. Y'all, I could have sworn that he said that, but now he says he doesn't remember saying that, and then he doesn't even believe that. I mean, Ralph, I mean, what's his name? Anthony is like super messy. Super, 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 super messy. He is backtracking, backpedaling. He's doing the moonwalk all over this place about, no, I didn't say that. I never said that. But then why are we even talking about it? If you had never said these things, why are we talking about it? I don't understand what the hell's going on here. But yeah, that's where it ended. Yeah, that's the most interesting part, was at the very end when they talked about Anthony and the things that he said or didn't say. I was so confused because I could have sworn that man said he was Sheree's assistant, that Sheree owed him money. And those words came out of his own mouth. And that he also had said that Ralph was gay, and that they showed him saying it when they were sitting at dinner in New York. When their very first night in New York, they sat down, and so, was it in New York? And someone had played that on their phone. Bizarre. Anyway, that is my review. I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh, let's talk about Marlo's name. Kenya was talking about how Marlo lied about her name because she was trying to prove a point that Marlo's a liar. You know, she says Marlo had been to prison. Marlo's name is not even her name. And they showed Marlo's birth certificate, and it said Marlo Latrice Hampton. So, Kenya, what are you talking about? And then they talked about how, Marlo denied ever being in prison. She said, I never went to prison. I was just in county jail. So, yeah. That's my review now. I think I covered it all. Thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. On your way out, please don't forget to rate the video. If you like this content, please subscribe, and I will definitely talk to you later. Bye.